Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our Let's Play of Pyanodons, where we last episode just got a few more things set up in terms of using our robots to move things around. In today's episode, I would very much want to check on our what's it called, red science automation, since for some reason it's not really running at the moment. And if you look over here, one of these is completely backed up. That stops our petri dish production. But yeah, it's because this one is missing rubber stubbers, some is missing the latex. So let's go and have a quick look at our latex machine. Because we should have everything for it to be made. So sodium is missing, moss, but moss we do have. So it's just a case of this one not requesting what is needed. That should be easily solved. So hopefully that will deliver things to here in just a few seconds. Might have to get some more logistic robots to help us out. But at least for now we are doing things. So as I said in today's episode, I very much want to expand out our robotic network and get things set up a bit better. Right now this is still a bit of a mess. This one is somewhat good. Could give it a little thing to indicate that this is our mall, where we have a few different things being crafted. Other than that, I think we should move things out and get things expanded and organized so we can expand a bit easier. So let's just get a few blueprints down for now to make sure we have everything we need. And we can remove some of this older setups, of course, until we get our storage chests. We also have some robots getting stuck in the air. But as soon as engines is done, that will would solve itself out. So let's get some more power poles. Should probably set one up in our mall, as I will be needing them for quite a while. So there's no reason not to have this set up correctly, as is. Let's do a double one here, and copy this blueprint, so we have one where we have what's called the power poles as well. Just for the ease of usage. You are needing some of these. There we are. Let's make ourselves a few more assembly machines. So we have some in storage that can get placed down. And let's get what's it called, a power pole set up right here. Luckily we have wood and cable in storage. So to have a bit of buffer of that should be quite easy to do. While we're watching this, I'd also like to say that our community server is up and running at the moment, and they are chugging along. They are already quite a bit ahead of me, from what I understand, but no worries. As soon as we get into things, we will start to catch up. So let's just check our production chain. Is everything doing what it needs? Sodium is still lacking something. You are not getting delivered. Why is that? Seems like some robot might be stuck somewhere in terms of moving things around. That's a bit strange. That is not putting in the mass. Oh, wait. Oh, it's because it's seaweed it needs. Oh, stupid. Oh, we are completely out of seaweed. Ah, that was a mistake on my part. So, let's get some seaweed farms set up. We do have enough of them. We just need to give them a cell to work in. So what if we just plan out where this one will go? Then we can do a cell just below this area for making seaweed. Maybe right here, or maybe in the cell right there. So if we make this into a seaweed cell, I think that would be quite good. Just getting a few of these down in strategic places. If we do one, Let's see. Let's craft a few more. What is it they need? Limestone. And get a few of that crafted and make sure we have enough buffered so we never miss seaweed again. Limestone was what I was missing. There we are. Seaweed farm. Let's just do 3 of them so we have enough stored. I think this will be a decent place to have them. So let's see. I can't remember how much power they're using. But if we do 3, I think that might be enough. Ooh, that just pretty much fits inside this one. That looks very good. If we can just get it right there for now. Seaweed. Water in at the top. Here are some pipes for you. I can hopefully connect up as needed. You'll need a new one here. You'll need one just here for a few minutes until we get this hooked up. There we are. That should be a bit of seaweed being produced. We'll of course have to go and get a bit of what we have in storage so we can start the rest down here. That is a very important thing to have. Pumps, on the other hand, is something we'll have to set up. So just a single pump here getting water in. To all of these, that's perfect. Here's one seaweed. And then we just need a bit of power. And connect them up somewhere. And luckily we have pretty much all of this in storage now, so we can easily make more. Yep, I think I'll create some. I'll go grab some more in a minute when we have a surplus. Oh, that's a bit of a spaghetti right here. But now that we're making the infrastructure, thank you for the subscription, Kobai. That means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's get some power poles. They are slowly being made. That is fine. Let's get some of you. And then we have most of the things we need to continue. Right now I'm pretty much just working on getting these up and running, as that is our main thing that we are lacking in the base. I don't think we have any seaweed in storage anywhere up here, unless we are lucky that some is just kinda... We have one there we could take. Let's see if we can get this before the robots. Probably not, so we'll just get it from up here. And there we are. Perfect. Thank you for the follow, Eton Rifle. That is pronounced correctly. So now we can add some more to these. We can get all of them running. We can speed them up as well. And then we will get it even faster in just a few minutes. But we do need a lot more seaweed to increase our science production, which is severely lacking at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, seaweed into this one makes more science, and then we should pretty much get new cells for many of these. Ah, thank you for the follow, Scully Up. Scully Up, I think that's Scully Up is the correct way to pronounce it. So now that we have all this, we can pretty much get this one set up as well with a few chests. So we always have a bit in storage in terms of that as well. The reason why we're working towards science is that without the science, we can't get into automating or simple circuit boards, which is one of the main components we are lacking right now. So there we are. And I still have to handcraft all of the circuit boards, which is quite annoying. But hopefully that will get worked out in a bit. Let's go and steal some copper. Luckily we have quite a bit in storage. We can go set some copper cables as well. And just handcraft a bit while we're running around. I think that is the best thing to do at the moment. So let's see here. Thank you, thank you. Please take all of you. And it will slowly build up again. We'll just go and have a quick look at our SEAWEED plant. And get these to run at max speed. That is pretty much the main thing right now. And then we'll do dedicated cells for everything. I think that is needed for this mod pack. As doing more in one cell is not really viable. In terms of getting enough produced. I want just one more SEAWEED. Yeah, get it over here. Please expand. There's more for you. And then we'll just have to add in some passive and pretty much just a passive provider as soon as these are running full speed. Could do right now and just go grab a bit afterwards. I think that might be the easiest way to do it. So you there with one out. Should probably go grab some as well. That way we will have more of this flowing into the system. Already getting moved to different places where it's needed. Oh, we can grab some from here actually. Or we can't. But at least that is fine. Please take those and you can take that. And then this will just work doing what we need. So that is looking very, very good. It also means the science is starting to pick up again. Since our sodium is getting moved, this is getting... Oh, sodium is just getting produced over here. Going into this one. So each of these should have a dedicated cell. That is pretty much what we're working towards. But as with all things, that does take a little while to get done. But yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Let's grab a few things around the base we'll need to build with. More power poles. Some more. Oh, we do have some cable already. Could get a bit more. But just to have a bit so we can craft whatever we want. That is never a bad thing to do. Here is some more for you. You get some more roll ports mates so we can expand out. All of these are just stuck until we get the engines produced. So I have been talking a bit with the people on the community server. And yeah, from what I hear from those guys, biters are starting to become a real issue on that one. So we are working out a solution that makes it possible for them to continue. That is not anything that affects what we're doing right here, at least not at this moment. But at some point we might have to figure out what we can do to solve our little biter situation. This is running. This one is missing sodium. Yeah, this one is just too slow. Should probably make one more of these. At least we can easily support that. At least we are starting to. So what if we just do... Ooh, this is gonna be some spaghetti thing that I'm not really a fan of. But we need it for now. High pressure, please. Do that. Give you some power. Give it some water. Then we'll hook this up correctly in a little while. There we go. At least now we have double producing what we need. And hopefully that will increase our production of latex, which in turn will increase the production of science. But I don't want to do too many of those situations, because what I really want to get, if you look here, is getting this one. That will solve a lot of things for us, because then I can start to move fluids around with robots, and that will increase the speed exponentially going forward. You need a few more Logibots. Let's just craft a few of those. And craft a ton of these. There we are. That should give us quite a few more of these. Which is the main thing we're missing around the place to speed this up. Is glassware starting to be produced? It is, as soon as this one is consuming some of the coal gas. So it is running at least. Which is very nice, but these are not incredibly fast, unfortunately. So doing a double expansion of that could maybe help us out in that regard. So still a bit of running around until we get the last 3 researches done. And at that point we'll be in a much better situation. Could maybe expand this one out one more, maybe on the other side of these, just to increase the production. So what if we do this? I'll take you and flip you over here. Can I fit it in? Is it an optimal solution? Maybe not, but I think that is exactly what this calls for right now, is just the increase of production. Go get some more iron plates as well. Luckily we have all of that in storage. I'll give us one more destructive distillery. That means we can hook up the rest of these. All of this should get delivered in. We just need to hook up the pipes. Same way we did before. So take you. I did a bit of overkill with those. And that is fine. I can just connect up right there. Because then we have all of the fluids in we need, or at least trying to get this one to move a bit faster. It means this one can get a bit more power in just a second. And there we are. That should be all of these powered. It means we just need to hook up our little output from here to one of the other ones. That is an underground pipe. I think right there will be a good place to do it. And you will just hook up with the rest of these down this way. Luckily we don't need that many. You can hook up. Oh, that was completely misaligned, wasn't it? Those two is fine. Those two can come from up here. So there we are. There we are. And you will just kind of jump over here for a simple setup. Now all of these is running as well. That should double our input of fluids and hopefully make our science produce a bit faster. At least that is what I am hoping for. That is moving. Kind of want to give them their own cell, but as I said, I can't until I get to fluid handling, which is our limiting factor at the moment. We do have rubber ports. We do have this one chugging along, producing what's called seaweed for us. So in that regard, that is fine. What are we missing? That's just raw things, that's fine. It's mostly seaweed, latex slab. Yeah, so this is pretty much the seaweed holding us back. Of all the things you could miss, then you're missing seaweed. Life is funny once in a while. We could always just expand this one down to this cell as well, because this is going as fast as it can at the moment, but not fast enough, apparently. Oh, tin plates. So getting science up and running at a very good speed is most definitely not an easy thing to do. So let's see, do we have more tin left? This ran out before, but we should have some plates up here. Yeah, we do have some in our little furnace area, making it easy to expand this one out. Should we do 6 more? Don't know if it's overkill, but I think it might be useful to do that. We can never have too much seaweed. That is what I am figuring out at the moment. I'm guessing, as I normally say, build it bigger than you think, because all of a sudden you will be missing it. Then you'll be sad that you don't have it. Let's get all of this away. Thank you, little robots. Good. So how many seaweed farms can we fit in one of these? Or seaweed crop facilities? That's always a good thing. I don't want to go all the way to the edge, unless that is necessary. I don't think we fit in more than 3 of these at a time. So in that regard, we'll just have to figure out where can 3 of these fit the best. What if we do it around here, maybe? And then we'll do 3 more below. That give us enough room, and then 3 here. That looks like a somewhat decent setup. We'll probably have to put in 1 space in between for these one to output the content of the things. So maybe if we do this, we'll go to do 3 in between. We can do 2 in between and have it. Let's do this. You'll go all the way to the edge. I think that'll be fine. Maybe around here. I was need to make the room. What if we do it here? Then we'll do 1, 2, 3. Is that going to be enough? Then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, then we can have all the things outputting into the middle. We can have fluids coming in as well. And I think that will give us exactly what we need. So what if we do fluid handling in? Fortunately, we can't really move things over in a good way. Maybe we'll just move these, to be honest, down here. And let's do that. To have this looking correctly. Because then we can get all of the fluids moved in a bit better. One of the most important things when doing mod packs like this is staying organized. Because if you don't, then you will get into serious trouble. Maybe this will look a bit better than what we did before. Because then, can you jump? Oh, look at that. That looks way better than what we had before. That means that this will work. That means we can take you and throw you down right here. And we can do the same right there. Thank you for the follow, Androsi. And then we have that one. Then we just need 1 simple fluid pipe to go down here, hook up, and get the water in. And to be honest, that is not the hardest thing to do in the world. So what if we just do it right there? You'll jump to, of course you can't reach. Maybe we'll do something like, you'll just have to get it to right there. So what if we just do this again to make it look pretty much symmetrical? Oh, that looks quite good. Here and here, and there and there. That doesn't look too shabby. Because that way we have 2 on each side and underground, pretty much the same as we're doing up here in terms of setup. Let's just get these in. Those look good. And then we'll just connect this one up to down here. And I kind of just wanted to hook up. Just take it from here right now. Then we can use this for something else in the future. But that should give it water through all of these. That means we'll just have to give it some seaweed to get it to run. And of course we'll have to remember to hook up the power as well. Just the middle ones are missing power, but that shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, I'm in the very early game of this. I'm about a few hours in, I would say. So we pretty much just started. I'm just starting to get the first part of the automation up and running. And as you can see, building big is going to be what I have to go for, since yeah, we need a ton of things and the production is not overly fast. So let's see here. We'll take this blueprint in between, maybe just right here, or doing out and, but we don't need in, so that we can skip that one. I don't need some power on it, so we'll just have to figure out how to get things to connect up correctly. There we are, and we just take this one and stamp it down. Well, then we have 2 outputs. That is a bit wasteful. We only need 1 output over here. So here, yeah, and yeah. Here is some power for you and for you. And then we just need to get it all to connect up in some good way. And we'll move you down 1. That seems to be a place where we may be able to reach a bit easier even. Oh, keep it there. That's fine. And there we go. So now we have power to all of these. That means they just need some seaweed to run. Let's try and collect some before it all gets outputted to chests and used in our factory, and get the rest of these automated. There we go. Here's some seaweed for you. Bit of a squeaky sound when you open these. So that's maybe something that's wrong with the mod. Not quite sure, but it's only on the seaweed farm it happens. So is all of these full now? They are. That means that right now we are outputting, if you check seaweed, we increased our production from, yeah, pretty much nothing to almost 100. That is much better even. And hopefully that will supply us with enough seaweed for what we need in the future. It also means I can remove the one over here just to clean things up a bit. As if we don't do that, we will get lost in trying to get everything to work and forgetting to clean up when we automate it in another area. It also means I can mark you as seaweed. For now. So that's good. Over here, engine's almost done. Is science still flowing through? It seems that glass warehouse is still the problem. But I think we are making a lot more fluid now, so hopefully that will catch up at some point. At least all of these are going. Are you missing something? What? Are we running out of coal? Oh, we only have 10 mining. That explains why that is happening. Right now I am planning on doing one massive robot network. might divide it in with terrains, but it could be fun to do one massive one. Since I'll see what will happen if I do that. Because we have so many things we will need to automate and keep a track of. And I think one huge network will be the easiest way to manage that. Pretty much the same as you have 1,000 lane main bus. Just without having to place down a million belts. So that is kind of the plan for how I will tackle this mod pack. Doing something like that. So that is good. This should get more of the coal now. Let's handcraft a few more of, where's it at? Right here. These. We can never have enough. There's more for you. And as soon as engines are done, I can put down a storage check. Yeah, that is the only thing I'm worried about as well, the UPS. But for now, I won't think about that. I know at one point it will probably become an issue. But there's so many other things that's more important, at least in the early game, that I'll think about that when I hit that bottleneck. Right now we have a million other things we'll have to figure out. So yeah, I was putting in more here. Coal-wise, we still have 140. This is starting to run much more smooth now that we have this one. And we do have coal in surplus now. And we have some iron oxide, we should probably figure out what to use for as well. So we always remember to close up our loops when we make them. So if we make something that has a byproduct, either get it used somewhere or vent it or whatever we want to do so it never bottlenecks our production. Because if I don't put in that limit when I build things, at some point the base will completely shut down because I forgot it somewhere. So so that is the plan. Good, so that is a seaweed. And this lake right here. Should we make another one? Oh, that's just in the corner. That's a bit annoying. Well, we'll get some landfill at some point so we can fix that. Wow. Look at that mess. Okay, that's fine. But if we do that, I think we can manage whatever's gonna get thrown at us by Pyanodons. That is at least the thing I think. Yeah, it is getting... yeah, I don't think anyone can end with 60 UPS. That would surprise me as well, from what I know about the mod. There is so many things we have to account for. And yeah, we'll see. This one is still going. Is that the bottleneck now? Hopefully it's not. At least we are getting engines. I just want to get what's called this one done so we can get what's called a storage chest. So you can get this blinking away because we have construction robots stuck everywhere. And here are some more logistic robots as well. Because they are needed to move things around. Right now I only had 50. Let's just double it to 100. A bit more. That way it shouldn't be an issue anymore. Hopefully. I'll put some of you over here as well, while we wait for the rest of the robots to be crafted. So coal here. We have some... Just gonna mark some of these out with things I have to remember. We have iron there. We have raw coal here as well for when we need it. Do a marker. We have lead ore here in case the biters decide to attack at some point. We're still a bit ways away from them in terms of the pollution cloud. So so that is completely fine. We have a bit of coal stored up, but I kind of want to save that for something else since I know they are used some other places in the production tree. So let's keep those out of the equation for now. You can get some circuits as well, and you can get some. And let's craft some more copper wire. Right there. So that was the automation one. That means we should have storage chests now, which is very nice. I've missed a few of those, so if we just put a storage chest right here, that will solve this little one and all the what's called construction robots we had stuck around the place. And now we can use those much more efficiently and use them to build things without having to worry about those getting stuck at different sites around the map. So let's just place 4 down for now. Then we'll see if when we need to expand in the future. So this is going fine. Automation 2 is shocking long as well. And then we are about 90 science away from me being able to go full robot with the space. And that will make everything so much easier. I'm guessing if we just look at barrels, that is kind of one of the things I have to do in the future. That probably requires quite a lot to make. It's just a normal barrel. Go back and find just a normal one. I'll now find a empty barrel. Empty barrel. Oh, so they are not that easy to make. Wait. Okay. I'll just check it in the tech tree instead then. Okay, it just requires steel. So I think the last thing this episode, before I stop the YouTube recording, I kind of want to set up some steel production as well. Because I think steel should be something we can handle at the moment. Let's see here. I think that's just a normal production chain. Ooh, 10 iron. That is quite expensive. So let's just set up a small little steel setup right here. Yeah. Did I ever save one with the coal as something that's already integrated? Probably not. Let's throw it in and get you away. So this one we can make into steel. Don't know how much iron that's going to consume. Probably quite a bit. Oh, and I want to change one thing before I do it. That is changing all of these to requester. So I don't have to worry about that in the future. So then I can take this one again. Save it right there and get you out. You can get deleted. And then I'd like to request iron for this one. Iron plates. Let's get 100. No need to buffer too much. There we are. And then we should have our steel automated as well. So that's quite nice. This is a ton of different things, that's fine. But that's the steel we'll need for the barrels as soon as we get to that one. And yeah, that is what we have to do. That is working along as well. Perfect. But what is it missing over here? Because we should have enough for it to produce. It might just be a throughput issue that's holding us back at the moment. There's still lots of coal. Yeah, we just can't produce the coal fast enough. That is pretty much the entire reason. They are quite coal hungry. There probably is a way to do it a bit easier. If we look at these, because I know they have different recipes. One that doesn't use what's called raw coal. We'll probably just take, or we can do it with normal coal instead, since we have a lot of that and we need it for coke anyway. And hooked it up, we could probably hook it up a bit better here if we wanted to do that. Could change all of these to coal instead, or the byproducts. That's just getting coke out. I actually think I'll do that. So let's just change this one, because you can't supply that anyway. At least not enough for this to be useful. We'll change you into something else. It will be normal coal. Let's just make sure nothing is stuck anywhere in any of these. Then you'll just request coal instead. Let's see if this can't give us a bit more throughput in terms of what we need. That should output a lot more of this. That'll output what's called the coke as well. That means I can... yeah, fair enough. Right, that's understandable. That's nice seeing you here. So that's a coke that's needed over here. That means we can remove... Did I remove the one that's making coke? Seems I did. Well, that is solved. So this is the last bit of spaghetti we have left here in our starter base that we need to clear up. And this one should be moving at a much better speed now. We're consuming less of the raw one. We're using more of the coal. We'll have to get these at some point because glass is not getting inputted that fast. But there's always a way to solve that. There we go. That is fine. So that should increase our production quite a bit. So, is it easier in the community server now? I heard you had a bit of problems with the biters. It should be a bit better now. And as soon as I have problems with the biters, I might have to figure something out if they go completely mad. Because I have heard the evolution, how fast they evolve, is quite insane in Pyanodons. So, yeah, that is... I think it makes sense, and Rosie. I'm just making science for one simple reason, and that is to get to fluid handling. Because that is the limiting factor of me going full grid based with the robots. Because when I have that, I can make, as I said before, one huge network that handles everything moving it around. Like a flying main boss, pretty much. And before I have that, it's not really possible. So fluid handling almost done. I kind of want to get that done this episode before we end, because I think that's going to be a huge milestone in terms of what we need. What happened here? Oh, I misplaced the last thing here, it seems. Maybe I just forgot one. Oh, I misplaced a few of these. Can you just move down to... yeah. Then I'd like to move you to right here. I think will be fine. Oh. Cut you to go to there, and then one last one here at the end. That seems... we have to make sure this looks good. That is always the way we do it. So there we are. That looks better. That means I can take... wow, I'm completely misaligning this. There we are. And right there. So that is better. That looks better in my eye at least. Oh, yeah. Watch how we don't use too much coal, because then we don't request things fast enough for all of these. This can barely output fast enough as is. Might have to get a second one in. What if we just do this quickly? I know we'll miss one here, but that'll give us double coal in. Because running out of power would be quite bad right now. Hopefully this means that we'll get it. Yeah, we'll get it in a double rate. So that way that should be much better. Goes to coal. That gives us at least double this way. Maybe not in the first one, but that gets half of this one anyway. Oh, that one's going the wrong way. Just check they're all going the right way in. They are. Good, so there we are. That should give us all the power we need going forward. And Seaweed's going strong. So everything's going quite strong at the moment. We have enough roboports stored to continue. Let's see here. That is fine. That is fine. That is fine. This is still not building up. You'll need more mining drones. There we are. But the rest is chugging along very, very nicely. So I think this is a somewhat decent place to stop this episode. We got a brand new seaweed setup done. And in the next episode, we'll probably have fluid handling done. And then we can start to get things moved around, which will be very nice. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this, please remember to hit that like button on the video. And if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and come follow us on Twitch. We are having a blast over here, getting a ton of good inputs, and I can always use more. So with that, I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.